What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have another deck profile for the EX6 format of the Digimon TCG, and this is our last deck profile for EX6 format, but our last EX6 themed deck profile, Diaboromon, something I've been excited for so long. Excited that it's come back and it's stronger than ever, and we're getting more support in BT17, so I'm definitely going to be playing some more Diaboromon in BT17, and I think it's going to be really good. But right now, this is our starter for the Diaboromon deck, and we want to show you what we've come up with and what we're having fun with right now until we get that other support in BT17 just to make the deck super good. I think the deck's super good right now, may not be as competitive as it will be next format, but I think it is pretty strong, and there's definitely ways you can make it really, really strong. So let's get into it and enjoy this last EX6 themed deck profile. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. Without further ado, let's get into it. We have our Diaboromon tokens, as you can see right here. So we need lots of tokens, probably more than 5, but I just have 5 out right now. So we'll throw that guy right here so you can stare at him. I do wish that the tokens that we got in that Diaboromon set that we got, the matte set, would have been foil like the other things, but unfortunately they weren't. We're playing 4 Dorimon from BT16. I was on the actual Sunimon. I can't remember the pronunciation, but the Diaboromon egg from BT5, which gave you draw power. But I think this is even more important because all turns when another Digimon with blocker is deleted, gain 1 memory. So gaining memory is always super good. I think you got a lot of searching and draw power in this deck that I think having the Dorimon is actually just better for the deck. So we play 4 Dorimon, get that draw power. And it is an X. Yeah. Starting with our level 3s, we're playing 4 of the new Infermon from EX6, which is on play real top 3, and add 1 Tamer option card with Diaboromon in its text, and 1 card with the identified trait. So you're adding a Tamer, potentially an option that can come up, and adding 2 pieces, probably consistently, 1 a lot of times, sometimes 2. So definitely. And then trash the rest. So trash is the rest, so it's kind of good because sometimes you want things in your trash. It also on deletion inheritable, which is I think the same for most of the X6 stuff, is if this Digimon has the unidentified trait, you may play a Diaboromon token. So that's really good. Then we play 4 of the old Searcher Infermon from BT5, which is reveal top 5 cards from your hand, add a Digimon card with unidentified type and 1 errata sonata among them to your hand. So again, adds 2 pieces, but it's more specific with the errata. And then place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck. This is not going to be as good into BT17 if you play the clock version, because you're not going to want to put your clocks on the bottom of the deck. But right now it's okay. So just more search power. Then we have 3 of the old BT2, the original BT2 Infermon, which is your turn when you play another Digimon with the same name as this Digimon. Trigger, draw 1. So that's really good because it's not once per turn, so you can draw. This is part of your draw engine, but you just don't need as much of it. So I'm only playing 3 because I feel like 11 level 3s is good enough. And the searchers are really good. So I want to max out on them, and I think 3 of that's fine. That's it for our level 3s, so just 11 level 3s. We're playing 3 of the new Kurisarimon from EX6, which has the same on deletion to play a Diaboromon token as long as your Digimon is an unidentified trait. When this card would be played from the hand by deleting one of your Digimon with the unidentified trait, reduce the play cost by 3, so you can play them for 2, or Digivolve on 2. And then on play, when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with play cost of 3 or less. So you can delete like their searchers and stuff like that they play after the first turn, so that's not bad. We play 3 Kurisarimon from BT5, which is the one when Digivolving. If you don't have a errata, you can play errata from your hand without paying the cost, so he's your Tamer guy. And then his inheritable is also quite good. It's your turn, all of your other Digimon with the same name as this Digimon gain Rush, so all your tokens gain Rush, which is super, super good. And then we play 3 of the Kurisarimon from BT2, which is, again, is a memory gainer, and it's not once per turn when you play your Diaboromon, another Digimon with the same name. So when you get to Diaboromon, you're playing those Diaboromon tokens, you're going to gain a lot of memory. So that's good. So yeah, so I think 3 of each is fine. Definitely, I definitely like 3 of this guy and 3 of the Tamer player, because after you play the first errata, it's not as good. I mean, the rush is still good. That's why you play 3, but I just don't think you need 4. And even this guy here too, I was on 4 of him, but his main ability is all right. Just the fact that you can play him for cheap is good. So I think 3 of each is actually really balanced, and so I'm just gonna stick with that, and that's 9 champions. On to our level 5s, we have the new Infermon. We play 4 of him because he's super good. He's on play when Digivolving by deleting one of your Digimon with Diaboromon in its name. This Digimon may Digivolve into Diaboromon in the hand without paying the cost. So you can basically go straight into Diaboromon for free, which is really good just by deleting one of your tokens on the board, which you can get from a lot of different ways. And then all turns inheritable once per turn when another one of your Digimon with Diaboromon in its name is played, Digivolve 1, so that's super strong too. Play cost 7 and Digivolve for 3, so, but it's just nice that it's on play too. So if you have to hard drop this guy and you have a token on board, you can make use of him, and there's other ways to cheapen that down, which we'll get into later on in the deck. We play 2 of the Infermon from BT5, which is a Warp Digivolve. Your Caramon can Digivolve into this card in your hand for a memory cost of 4. So basically it changes a 3-cost Digivolution into a 4-cost Digivolution, but since you're skipping your champion, which is 2, you actually save 1 memory in the long run. And then he has the same on deletion as the other guys, that you may play a Diaboromon token without paying the memory cost. So that's really good. Yeah. And then lastly, for our last level 5s, we play 2 Mamimon, because he's a black. He's not unidentified, but he's a nice black level 5. He has on play when Digivolving, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. You may play a Tamer card with a play cost of 4 or less among them without paying the cost. Place the rest at the top or bottom of the deck in any order. So it lets you set up your top of your deck, and you can play one of your Tamers for free. So I like that. And honestly, I just feel like the other, until we get the Infermon from BT17, the other Infermons are just not as good as that Mamimon. And I know it's not a Diaboromon, but your Infermons are just there to give you really great inheritables and really good effects. And none of them else I really feel have those really great effects. You could, if you don't like this guy, you could just play more of the Infermon from BT5. Honestly, if I wasn't playing 2 of this, I'd only playing 7 targets, but I wanted to play 2 and 2. I didn't want to play 1 of anything, so I went with 8 this time around. And then inheritable once per turn. When you play another Digimon by an effect, one of your Digimon gains blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. So if you don't have the Diaboromon that gives it blocker and jamming, you can actually give your tokens blocker, which is good with the other abilities, like the Dorimon having the memory gain when it dies. So that's good. That's it for our level 5s. Onto our level 6s, the boss monster Diaboromon himself from EX6. Digivolves for 3. Start of your main phase, and when Digivolving, you may play a Diaboromon token without paying the cost. Of course, level 14, or sorry, play cost 14, level 6, white, mega, unknown, unidentified, 3000 DP. So that's the same across the board. We're not going to repeat that once more. All turns once per turn. When an opponent's Digimon is played, you may activate one of this Digimon's when Digivolving effects. So yeah, when an opponent's Digimon is played, so anytime they play a card, you can activate that effect. And then all turns, all of your Digimon with Diaboromon in their names gain jamming and blocker, which is super good. I really like that. And then 2 Diaboromon Ace, so you can blast Ace into him. He's a play cost 6, overflow 4, which is actually pretty good because a lot of the Ace level 6 Aces are 7 cost, so he's actually cheaper. And then when Digivolving, when attacking, you may play 1 Diaboromon token without paying the cost. Same stats. All turns once per turn. When an effect plays another Digimon, you may delete one of your opponent's play cost 3 or lower Digimon. For each of your Diaboromon tokens, add 2 to the effect So basically, yeah, so if you have a bunch of tokens and you play him and he plays a token, say you have like 2 tokens, it's for each of your Diaboromon. So if you had this guy on board, he counts too. So it's tokens and regular Diaboromon. So say you had him with 2 tokens and you blast ace this guy out and play another one, then you have, do mental math here, 6 total. And it's for each of your Diaboromon. So he counts as well. Add 2 to the maximum, so it's like play cost 13, honestly. So it's really easy to stack this up if you're playing the deck right. So that's really good. So we like 2 of that. Would be playing 3, but I'm trying out 2 of the OG black Diaboromon, the promo one that everyone used to be like, oh, this card's so expensive, I can't get it, it's so hard to get. Now it's super cheap and it's not even played that much, but I do like it. Getting a digitals for free. It is a black. For each of your Diaboromon you have in play, this Digimon gets security attack +1. So this is your aggro right here. The other guy gives you jamming, but then you're killing your, which is really good for your tokens. But this guy, this guy would give him jamming too. So if you get him out later in the game, you can potentially attack with him with jamming and security attack plus. It's for, yeah, and it's for each Diaboromon you have in play. So he gets that for his own ability. So you automatically have sec +1. If you have him out, you have sec +2 and any token sec +3. So you're easily checking multiple cards. So I do like 2 of him because I feel like that's the aggressive push, depending if you have to go for a against a build where you need to kill your opponent fast or else they're going to kill you. So that's it for our Diaboromons. I do have alts coming because I really love this deck and I wanted to alt it out really good. So I do have alts coming. Level 7s, we're playing 1 Armageddonmon. Armageddonmon's awesome. I really do like 1 of him because he's a free rush Digimon for 3 cost. So when this card would be played from your hand by deleting 1 of your Diaboromon tokens, 1 of your Diaboromons, but you're probably going to delete your token, reduce the play cost by 12. So he's plays for 3. Rush, and then all turns and the when Digivolving effects on level 7 Digimon don't activate. Level 7 Digimon are getting more prevalent. I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then we play 1 Quartzmon because guess what? Quartzmon is unidentified. He's searchable in this deck. He's super big, and if you have lots of tokens out, you can get that memory back so that he's not as big of a Digivolution at 6 memory, and he Digivals on a black. So I think this is pretty cool. Yeah, and for suspend all other Digimon and Tamers, then for every suspended Digimon and Tamer, gain 1 memory. So like I said, if you have a bunch of tokens, you spend them and you gain back memory, and then you lock your opponent out, and you basically just either kill them with Quartzmon, or they get around the Quartzmon, and you have a whole Diaboromon thing waiting to go. So I think that's pretty awesome. So I thought I'd try it out. Lastly, we have our Tamers, Arata Sonata, which is start of your main phase. This Digimon, if a Digimon card with unidentified and its type is in your trash, gain 1 memory. So it's in your trash. If a Digimon card with unidentified is in your trash, gain 1 memory. So you don't even have to have anything on the board to gain memory off him. He's 3 costs to play. And then when 1 of your Digimon devolves into Diaboromon, you may suspend this Tamer to play a Diaboromon token. So he gets you free tokens. So he's like your token engine. I play 1 tie for a memory Tamer because all turns when an attack target is switched, because your guys are going to be blockers, because of your Diaboromon, you draw 1 and 1 of your Digimon gets 2000 DP until the end of the turn. So that's really good, making your opponent crash into like 5k potentially Diaboromon tokens that won't die. So I do like that, and it's a memory Tamer. It's just the best black memory Tamer. I thought about Izzy, but Izzy just doesn't do enough. And this guy could potentially get you multiple draws. Plus, you can play him for free with Mammy. You can play these all for free with Mamimon, so that's really good. The Tamer, and now we have our option cards here. 3 training. I like training in this deck. I was going to play Mem Boost, but I'd rather have training. I was going to play 3 of these and a couple Mem Boost, but I went on to something else, which you'll see in a second. But I like this better because you have Tamers and stuff and options that you potentially want. 2 Catastrophe Cannon, which has Diaboromon in its text. It has main trigger Digivolve for 4. It activates its main effect off security, and then after then if you have a Diaboromon in play, so even a token, you may play a Diaboromon token basically without paying the memory cost. So really, really good. Gets you more tokens on the board, and it's searchable with the new Caramon. And then lastly, 2 Parabolic Junk. 0 cost option from BT6. One of your Digimon gains on deletion gain 2 memory until the end of your opponent's turn. So you put this on a token, and then you use the Infermon to pop it to Digivolve for free into Diaboromon. You then basically reduce the Digivolution of the Infermon by 2. Because you can pop your token, your token dies, and you gain 2 memory. So I feel like this is free. This is a little bit better, I think, in this deck than potentially Memboost, because Memboost, you're going to be putting stuff on the bottom of the deck that you don't want to. Whereas this just gains you the memory. I don't think this deck has any problem of getting to things. I think the problem is having enough memory to do things. So I think Parabolic Junk is super good, and shout out to the Brick City Discord, because I saw this one on there and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. I've never even played this card. So that is the deck, guys. That is the new Diaboromon. Tell me what you guys think. Are you interested in this deck? I think it's going to be a lot of fun in BT17 as well, but I think it's a lot of fun right now, and I'm really excited to just play this deck even more and more and more. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. And as always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.